again, everybody. How we doing? I'm not here to watch a Red Sox game today, but on December 2nd, 2013, well, what else would I be talking about? It's Christmas time again, and I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully a great time to kind of take a break and say hello to some family you haven't seen in a while. Just kind of enjoy times for what they are. You know, Thanksgiving, it's a feast. It's a holiday like any other. And I think the reason maybe why it goes under the radar is just because it's so close to Christmas that it's kind of like the precursor to Christmas. Maybe if Thanksgiving were during a different time of year, people would appreciate it more. That said, it is where it is, and some retailers decided to disregard it altogether, starting their holiday sales on Thanksgiving. So, whoever's point of view you're on, those who love Thanksgiving, those who love Christmas, those who hate the retail and the way they've kind of like made a mockery of everything, whatever side of the fence you're on, it is Christmas now, you know? I mean, I've always been a proponent that Christmas should start when you want it to. I mean, I know the holidays are kind of manufactured in a way, like, you know, the end of November. Some people don't want to think about the tree until November, December, whatever. There have been years I've set up the tree in October. There have been years that I've done Christmas shopping in September. And, you know, I mean, not all the Christmas shopping, just some things here and there. That's just because I like to be thorough. Not just with Christmas, but with anything I do. I like to be thorough. I like to be well prepared. I don't like to be, you know, stressing about it in addition to trying to enjoy it. Because that's where Christmas, to me, kind of differs from almost everything else I do in my life. Like, I enjoy what I do for work. Not all the time, but I enjoy different things in my life. I enjoy or don't enjoy them, whatever the case may be. And I'm willing to put in that extra time and effort to make it more of a quality experience. But nothing is quite like Christmas. Because Christmas, I could probably do nothing and still enjoy it. But I just want to. And because I want to, it just makes it not even feel like work, if that makes sense. And I'll show you in a little bit. We're going to go upstairs and take a look at the new Christmas Central. This Christmas Central might be my most ambitious yet, and yet it really didn't feel like it took that much effort. I mean, I'm not saying it was easy, but even in the past, I feel like I was kind of slogging through to get all the lights up and everything. But I'm in such a roll when it comes to Christmas that even though it feels like it came up on us all of a sudden this year, even though it seems like we were just celebrating that Red Sox World Championship and, you know, all the stresses that November brings, even though all that stuff just happened and isn't that far back, it seems like Christmas has always been here, as strange as that sounds. I say stuff like that every year, so it should come as no surprise. And really, the only thing more refreshing than this holiday season Coke is the Christmas season itself. It's just refreshing. That's the only way I can think of to describe it. Like, when I woke up on Black Friday morning and I was going to work, normally I'm not a big fan of working in the morning, especially at retail, especially when, you know, it's going to be a very crowded day and I know it. But Black Friday's the major exception to that rule. And I say that because I work at Staples, so there's other days we're crowded, like during back to school, which don't have any significance, so I don't like going in on those days. But going in on Black Friday, I don't mind. I really don't. I mean, I'm not naive. I know a lot of people are there to get their big deals and, you know, crowd the entryway, get what they need and get out. But I don't even see it as greedy. I mean, it is in a way, I guess, but if you like to stay naive like me and just assume that, you know, they're all rushing the door to get that laptop at the extra special price because they're buying it for their kid, that to me kind of warms my heart. I'm not saying that's why they're doing it, but I mean, I can't really have my heart warm that much when I hear about people getting trampled and killed at Target and Walmart. I mean, that's insanity, but the idea that people are going out so early and inconveniencing themselves and just kind of going for that big bargain to try and appease their kid or their grandparent or their spouse or whatever it is, the fact that they're doing that, to me at least, it's kind of admirable. To me, at the core, that's what Christmas is about. I know that a lot of it's more about money and about desires and all this stuff, but the desire to do something good for someone else just to do it, to me, that's awesome. Like, no matter how unreligious or religious or whatever you are, you know, that's my argument for the commercial side of Christmas. Not saying I agree with it all the time, but that's my only argument for the more secular aspect of Christmas, is that if you're doing it for somebody else, it's a little less sketchy than if you're trying to just get it for yourself at a good price. But again, you know, I'm a cashier or I'm a salesperson. I don't know who I'm selling it for. I don't know if this is for their kid or whatever. But again, I'm getting off on a tangent here. We're going to take a look at Christmas Central. We're going to see what that looks like. Obviously, I already know I'm being facetious. But Christmas, God, I could talk about this for hours, but I won't. I'll take us upstairs right now. We'll take a look at the new setup. I'm taking the holiday Coke, though. Look at these polar bears. You can't really see it in the shot, but they're so happy. These polar bears love Coke. Who would have thunk it? you get the point. There's just a lot of lights here, a lot of lights. And let me tell you a little more about this Christmas Central. And really, this little piece of furniture here has been the focus of Christmas Central for quite some time. This is the étagère, is what we call it. It's basically just this three-tiered thing that during the year holds contemporary decorative pieces, but for a couple months a year, this is Christmas Central, this entire room, actually. There's something about this room. It's kind of away from the main part of the house, but still prominent enough, especially when you have all these lights glowing in here. And what I did this year is, instead of the colored lights I usually do on here, I've used these, what do you call them, LED lights. Really cool white. I don't know, I really like the color. I like the blinking. It just kind of gives it another type of energy. Very cool type of energy. But as I was saying, Christmas Central, it actually started in 2009, so it's not that old of a tradition. And I don't know what provoked me to really go overboard that year. It was a big year for me, of course, 2009 being the 10-year anniversary of the greatest Christmas of all time. So that was part of it, but who knew even 2009 would turn out to be as awesome as it did? And Christmas Central will always be a memorable part of that. The first year I tried it, and it was just kind of obnoxious lighting everywhere. That even got more obnoxious in 2010, 2011. Last year, I was still pretty complex. I tried to be a little more thoughtful about it, but this year I think I finally hit the perfect balance as far as just significance, variety, all sorts of things. So then you come up here, and this is more of the kind of show-offy part of Christmas Central. This is the top layer of the étagère. Below you had the Christmas village and the lights. Up here it's a little less flashy, but you still have the Christmas logo. Always a new one that I do up from scratch. You know, there's usually a special meaning to the Christmas logo. This year I was going for more of a kind of simplistic, classy feel. I hand drew the letters. I don't know, I kind of did that intentionally because I like the idea of going back to kind of a simpler time. That doesn't mean that this Christmas will be boring, you know, I still added some new things, but Christmas is based on a simple premise, as far as I'm concerned, and that's great. And I love that no matter what I do, no matter how much I add to this, it's still Christmas. And the thing about Christmas Central just brings it all home to me, is that things are added over the years. I mean, this is the picture frame from 2012. The 2012 logo, I think, is still under this. This tree here I've had for many years, this little glass tree. The Christmas Village houses, I buy more every year. So some of this stuff is from a long time ago, some of this stuff's from a couple years ago, some of it's brand new for this year. I don't know if they're on camera, but the icicle lights I got going back and forth, it was just something I wanted for this year. I mean, I could bring them back next year, I probably will, but I don't know that. And that's what makes it so cool, is that things inspire me. Things inspire all of us. And, you know, I put things in, I take them out. I got the red light, the red rope light going along the fireplace. I had the same red rope light last year. Just this year I decided to do something different with it. And Christmas, to me, that's what it's about. It may seem similar. It is similar to most of you people, but finding new ways to reinvent it. That's how I make each Christmas unique. That's how I improve upon past formulas. Not that they even needed improving on, but again, each Christmas has its own meaning. All I know is so far this Christmas I've really been in the spirit. Give it, you know, it's only been a few days, but I've been feeling really awesome about this Christmas. And I know it seems like that a lot because I'm on video, but not necessarily. There's some times where I'll just come on here and kind of just BS it and be like, yeah, I love Christmas. But then sometimes off camera I'm not as enthusiastic. But this year I really am into it. The holiday Coke, the new stuff on Christmas Central, the old stuff on Christmas Central, the talking about Christmas that I'll do for the next videos. So anyway, whatever you do, you know, just do it up. Christmas 2013, the season has begun. The season already began for me back in October, but that's regardless. I will talk to you all later, and hope you enjoyed the display.